welcome. Let me click you in place. We're going to make some models tonight. Live. I believe we're going to start with the Spider-Man model first. Both of these are partially built, partially painted models that I'm going to be working on tonight. I don't know if I'm going to finish either one tonight, but we're just going to take a look and see what I had done in years in the past, how they look now. The Spider-Man was completed, but but it's in pieces. And then the Blackbeard was never completed, but it's probably half painted or partially painted. We're just going to take a look at each of these models. This might not be a very long live stream. It just depends if I get into this or not. Right now I'm just powering up. This is kind of the pregame. This is what's happening. It's like a tailgate in the parking lot right now. Kind of gearing up, looking at how it could turn out. Could be good, could be bad, you never know. The spider, also we're kind of glue deficient tonight. So I can't find any glue. So I need to buy some glue. I found this Loctite, but I don't know how much is in here. And I don't like using super glue, that gel stuff. Anyway, the best thing I could find what we're going to use if we do have to glue anything is going to be this plastic weld. It's made especially for what we're doing. Plastruct plastic weld, general purpose plastic solvent cement, multi-purpose evaporative formula for bonding Plastruct, ABS, styrene, butyrate, and acrylic to itself or each other. Vapor is harmful, eye irritant, do not sniff. Read the instruction or the caution on the back. Anyway, we're working with styrene. So this will work. This will weld plastically, I hope. We'll see. Otherwise, we're not going to be doing any gluing or welding tonight. I need to buy some glue tomorrow. So we're going to be painting. Oh, looks pretty good. We got the whole table in there. All right. So it's going to be Spider-Man first. Set Blackbeard down to the side. There's Spidey on the box. Let's use him as a reference. What do you say? Here's the stand. Now, I never used this stand because this model hangs on the wall. That's the best part about this model, is that it hangs on the wall. So I never used the stand. I never painted the stand. That's a possibility, and I think that I might consider doing that. Both painting it, and I don't know if I would use it, but it would be nice to have it painted. I don't know. Maybe not. Here's what we really need out of here is this, because this is what we're going to paint set our pieces on after we've painted them. So we don't really care about that base for right now. We can set it to the side. Let's open this up and let's look at this. Wow, let's look at the other models that they had. That Hulk looks pretty good, right? That Hulk looks good to me. I don't think I have that. This Spider-Man I used to have when I was a little kid, and I painted it when I was about 10. That's Kraven the Hunter. Right there, I remember I painted Kraven. And that web, too, that is a piece. This Captain America I didn't have as a kid, but I have it now. I just haven't built it. When I bought this from the hobby shop on Geary Street in San Francisco, which is now closed. It's a shame. It was like been there for like 100 years. Anyway, I bought this from the hobby shop. It was the only one there. I get it home and there's no shield inside. So I called the guy on the phone, man, I just bought this Captain America and there's no shield inside. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yeah. He said, all right, give me a week or two and I'll get you a shield. That's what happened. He called me in like a week and he said the shield is here. This was like the old days before you could email people. He said, your shield is here. And I came to go get it. He was a real nice guy. I got to know him really well. Bought a bunch of stuff from him anyway. You know, he knew me already. I bought an airbrush from him. Well, I bought a bunch of stuff from him. A bunch of models, a bunch of airbrush stuff. All right, let's just set this out on the table. I kind of want to do this side. Because if anything gets on here, I don't... Although this is really neat, right? Well, let's try not to mess it up, huh? Or you know what? I don't want to mess it up. I like that instruction sheet. It looks real nice the way it is. Let's use the inside of the box to set the pieces in. All right. This is the way that the button-down mind of Meyer Greenblatt operates. Okay, here's our guy. He's in 4 pieces. His name is Spider-Man. He does look pretty similar to the one there on the front of the box. Thinking we start with one of his feet. Because here's what I want to do. This is just I built this like 10 years ago or more, and it was hanging on my wall. I wiped a lot of the dust off, but I didn't wash this like with water or anything before this. Although because I know there's dust on it and everything. But I didn't do that because I don't want to get this thing wet because I think the paint might run, because this is like some acrylic paint, man, from like the Dollar Tree or something like that. Still looks pretty good. But what I'm thinking of doing is we're just going to add some shading to it. We'll try. We'll see what happens. And that's why I'm saying I think we'll start with one of these feet, probably the right foot. And we'll see, not probably, definitely. So we're going to start with the right foot, and we're going to see if I can do something to it to make it look, I don't know, does it need to look better? I think it does. I think we're going to do something to it. I don't know what yet. Do we add more paint to this, or is that just overkill? Let's look at it for a second. Yeah, we got to add more. Look at how shitty I did. So I think there's enough. I didn't do too shitty, but look what I did, man. I think I used a pen. No, I don't know if I used a pen or a brush. It's hard to tell. Anyway, I think we have enough black inside there that we can, let's just see what happens. Let's start on the toe down here, or start inside here. And let's see if we add, I don't know, a little red right there to some of this spot right back here. Here we go. You can't even see that. See how that's the part that even if it, yeah. So let's hit this right here and we'll see how it looks. Ooh, underneath, that's a good spot too. For us to test. I'm just talking about testing and figuring out what we're going to do tonight. So I think what we do is we hit this with a red pen. And we see what this red looks like comparatively to that red on the bottom of the foot. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll just see what happens. Okay, Aura. What is it about? What time it is? Maybe 11 o'clock or 11:30? No, thanks, man. Appreciate it. We're going to see if we can fix this. All right, no. I don't know if it needs to be fixed, but we're going to clean it up and see if we can make it look a little bit better with this red pen. Test it out and see how it goes. Let's see what the brush is like. Oh boy, it's nice. It's got a point to it. We can work with this. Hell yeah. That's what we're working with. As soon as I finish the pregame. We're still not done with the pregame. But we're getting close. Pregame is nearly over. Solid, almost 13 minutes in the parking lot. Let's see what happens when we do this. So this brush looks good. I just popped this open and it's tip top. So let's see what happens. We're just going to test out this red up against this red, which isn't even any paint at all. This is the color of the plastic. And I used just a small paintbrush, I think. I don't think I used a pen. Let's see what happens with this. Let's just see what it looks like. I don't know that I like that much. Let's see what it dries into. It's lighter. So this is lighter than this. On the outside of this, I painted this red. And it's a darker red. See? And then this is even lighter. No. Unless we hit it like right there and the lightest spots, there's no reason to use this red. Let's consider that. Let's think about what that would do. If we put this light inside of here, I'm just thinking about adding some shading to this, but I think it's a silly idea now that I'm looking at this. This looks pretty good the way it is. Let's see if we can pop it together then. I don't think we add more paint to this. I think that this is okay. I did a fine job 10 years ago. Let's not overwork something. Well, let's move on to the pirate in a second. First, let's see if we can fit him all together and put some plastic weld on here. Let's leave that one since it has wet paint on it. I didn't get anything on my fingers, did I? Thanks for joining me and watching. So this part just fits in like this. It kind of twists. This is supposed to be a snap together, I think. Is it? It is. Look, snap model kit. Okay. Well, it was always like that for like 10 years on the wall, man. Why not? Okay. I don't think we need to put any plastic weld in here. If we can snap it together, there's no broken pieces. Okay. Easy there, Spider-Man. Okay. I think that, oh, is that it? Okay, I think that's okay. I think that there was some sort of a malfunction here. Either it was my own malfunction or something here. I don't know. I should have fixed that one. Oh, okay. That's the real spot right there. Is it? Everything lines up. Maybe that's it. Shit, I don't know. Let's leave it there. Okay. So this foot, man, it's real flippity floppity, but if he's on the wall, it doesn't look bad. I might turn some more lights on in a second. Hold on. Oh, how does this go? Fucking blindly just doing it. Not a good idea, man. Jeepers. How did I do this? Is that it? That part, man. Look at that part. So how did this come apart? How did this fall out of here? Because this came apart on its own. I didn't take this apart. This thing fell and came apart in pieces. See this, we got to put some, we're going to probably have to put glue on that. This thing just fell and came up. How did this foot come off? Okay, I did it. All right, easy. Easy there, little buckaroo. We just started the stream. I'm already getting pissed off. This is what happens. You know, I don't know if you guys make a lot of models, but you know, that's why you got to pregame first. I didn't even complete the pregame and I'm already pissed off. It's very much like a sporting event, right? You know, you get inside and you get to your seats and you find out that they already ran back the kickoff and you're like, I should have stayed in the parking lot. Man, I should have had another brat. Why did I even leave? This sucks. I don't know that you know, this is a snap together model. Let's just, why not, man? I don't know. I don't feel like trying to glue this thing, man. I don't have any glue right now. I'd have to use that plastic weld. Now I can't even get the damn thing back out, and I wouldn't even know where to put the glue. I don't want to mess up the paint. Now I'm messing it up even more. Damn it, we should never have left the parking lot. Stop pregame too early. All right. So he goes like this, and you can hang him on the wall with just like a tack. I'll show you. Let's go see if we can get him to stick on the wall. Let me go try and figure out, get an appropriate tack. I'll return in just one moment. All right, there's already a tack in the wall. I don't know if it's going to work. Come on, let's go look. So I'll show you. There was already a tack in the wall holding up this metal sign. And I took it down. And we'll see if we can hang Spider-Man right there. Man, I said, how doesn't this come up any higher than this? There we go. All right. Okay, let's see if we can put that Spider-Man right there. I used to have him hanging at the old apartment, like from a vent. It was like the heating vent, like the little control and the heating vent thing. So I don't know if we'll be able to do it. What's that? I heard something. 2 tacks. All right, man. So now what's going to happen is in the middle of the night, this will fall down and it will bust into pieces again. Right? Is that what's going to happen? Probably. I don't know. It feels like I got it up there pretty stable. Let's close it. Let's go make a close up. I mean, I had it up very similar to this for years and years at the old place. Now, I mean, this is just for now. I'm not going to leave this here, but it looks kind of cool, right? It should be up high. Like he should be up further, I think. Right? Up with the cobwebs or something. I feel like he should be up higher so that he's looking down. Cause see how he's looking down? So we'll rearrange him. He won't be there permanently. Okay. Come on. Let's get back to this. So now let's look at hey, look at that. So check this out. This came in the mail today. This is so there was an empty frame, and I wanted to see if this would fit in this frame, and it almost fits completely, you know. And so I just decided to just leave it there. But this was a letter. On the back side of that is a letter, and that's an original piece by John Gorris. It was just folded up into real small pieces. It's like folded up into a little square inside of a letter that came today. Okay, very cool. Hang on, we're coming back out. All right. Okay, so the Spider-Man is done. Put it together. That's really all that I thought we might need to paint it, but I decided not to paint it. And I'm not going to mess with the base either, since we're not going to use the base. And so it's out of here. And the next thing we're going to work on is the pirate, Blackbeard. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. Blackbeard, the pirate, has a big base. And I saw it and it was in pieces. And I hope I was able to get all the pieces in here. That's what I'm really hoping for. Let's see, right about. We need to come back in deeper. About like that. Okay. All right. So, this Blackbeard model, I chose to paint as a ghost. So, see how it is on the cover? And now I guess maybe you're supposed to paint it that way. I don't know. But I decided instead to make mine look like a ghost from Scooby-Doo. He's like blue or green or something. That was my idea. That's why he's all these colors. Or this color, whatever color this is. And that was the idea. And so that's something that definitely needs to be finished and worked on. And that's what we're going to do tonight. I think I'll start in a spot that's not obvious, like I always do, and see if this takes some colors that look cool, that will make it look more like a fluorescent, like a ghost. That's what we want this to look like, is a ghost. That's what this whole idea was in this model. And it really needs a lot of work. But it looks like just about everything's here. And the base is over here. Let's just work on him and decide if let's pick a boot. Maybe this one right here. And let's take a look and see if we can come up with a decision as to what looks best. Because this is just like maybe 2 colors on this. Maybe it's let's look at it closely. It's maybe white, a real rough, like what did I do? This is about 10 years ago. A real light green and then a darker or a light blue. I'm not sure what I did with this. So we're going to use that as almost like our primer at this point because we're not going to do much different. I want to make this look like a Scooby-Doo ghost. That's the whole and the whole reasoning. There's a reason why I wanted to paint this like a ghost. And come with me and I'll show to you right now. All right, the reason why I wanted to paint this Blackbeard as a ghost is because I have these figures over here that were put up by Matchbox, and they're in the early 70s, in like 1973, 1974. They're called the Fighting Furies, and there were really only three figures in the line. The figure on the left, and they're pirates. The figure on the left, which is Captain Pegleg, and the figure on the right, which is Hook. And then the third figure was a special, difficult, hard to get figure, and it's called the Ghost of Captain Kidd. And to this day, it's very, very expensive and hard to get. And that Ghost of Captain Kidd is made on the same bodies as these figures, except it's made in a translucent, ghostly, like greenish, glow in the dark color. And so I can't afford and didn't want to. And so I just decided I wanted to make a display area for all this pirate stuff that I have. There's not a lot of it. This little bit of pirate stuff that I have to include these figures. And so I thought I would use that pirate model because that figure actually scales pretty good with these guys. And so that's what we're doing. That's why this guy looks like a pirate that is a ghost. Say hello to my cat. His name is Garfield. We got the world title unification figures today. I'll show you right now. Currently, this figure arrived. We'll take a brief respite before we jump into this. This figure arrived today, and I've been looking at it for a couple of years, and it finally got there. And this is I liked this guy when I was a kid, and then I watched wrestling now on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Superstar Billy Graham. Look at this guy. So this is, I mean, I saw this figure. This got here today. And it's just crazy. This guy is amazing. So yeah, Superstar Billy Graham. Saving souls. Okay. And then I got also the Indomitable Harley Race. This was the world unification match between these guys in 1979, I think, 1978. All right. So let's look at this and pull out some pens. All right. There was that shitty white from earlier today that we used on the Hot Wheels car. That might be it. Here's a weird light green. It might be too dark. Too dark. Here's a light blue. Here's a little bit of yellow. This gray will be too dark. We don't want silver. Let's just go with those colors, man. Let's see if there's anything over there that looks good. Really nothing. That's all like skin tones. Okay. This might be doable. Hang on. We might be able to do something. Let's think about this. Let's start with a darker color. Let's see what these look like. The heck? Does that even do anything? is that? I don't know what that. I don't know. Let's skip that. Okay. So let's start with this at the bottom of this, and then let's put white over it, and maybe some yellow in with the white. That's where we're going. I don't like that green. We don't need the green. This is going to be a Bluebeard's ghost. Something like that. He's going to be blue. For right now, we'll see what it looks like. Brush tip. Let's see what this brush tip looks like. Whew, it looks nice. All right. Don't you know that goodbye? You know, I just thought of the goodbye girl for some reason. Always means forever. One time I met this girl at the liquor store. Well, she wasn't a girl, she was a grown woman. She was an Asian lady. She lived in my neighborhood. She told me, she said, you remind, it was just, we had talked before. Anyway, I saw her at the store at the old Glass and Bottle. And she said, you remind me of Richard Dreyfuss from Goodbye Girl. And at first, I had to think about that. With Richard Dreyfuss, even I was thinking, Goodbye Girl. I saw that in the theater, like with my sister or my mom or something like that. And I was like, is that an insult or a compliment? I was thinking about it. You know, I'm thinking, what did Richard Dreyfuss look like in Goodbye Girl? Do I look like Richard Dreyfuss? So then I got to thinking, maybe that's her, you know, here's what, you know, got to thinking, and I thought, maybe that's one of her movies. But, oh, okay. You know, let's say she's like, maybe there's something like I was doing, and she was like romantic, but, you know, not really interested. She was a middle-aged lady with these. I mean, I'm not adverse to pendulous breasts, but she had them. She was older than me, and I could tell from the outside of her apartment that it was unkempt a little bit, and she was kind of a little bit crazy. Like I could maybe the people in the neighborhood, like they, you know. Anyway, but yeah, so that was the Goodbye Girl reference. That was the story. The Goodbye Girl story for the stream was just it just happened. Don't you know that goodbye, it doesn't mean forever. If I'm at the liquor store, it doesn't mean I'm Richard Dreyfuss anymore. I know that you think I look like him, or maybe it's my mannerisms. I'm kind of Jewy, but I'm really not even Jewish. Oh, what the fuck was that? That scared the shit out of me. Something fell. We got to go find out what it was. Man, my singing? Did my singing like cause that to happen? Come on, you can come with me. So exciting. Don't you know that goodbye, it doesn't mean forever. Don't you know goodbye, it doesn't mean we'll never be together again. Oh shit, it was Rambo toys. That doesn't belong there. There's trouble in here. Who knocked over these Rambo machine guns? This is the life I live. Somebody was in here messing with this 50 cal. Oh, there's the culprit. Oh shit. See that Iron Man figure? That's not supposed to be down there. That came from right there. That happened. Is there like some sort of tectonic is there a shift happening? Was there an earthquake? Did an earthquake just happen that we don't know about? I live in California. Earthquakes happen all the time, and I don't even know that they happen. So we can't reach back up there to put him back up there. He fell and knocked. He didn't damage that freaking priceless, irreplaceable Hulk, did he? Jesus Christ. This is, see? Okay, are you okay, Hulk? Are you okay, old buddy? Whew. It's hard to find these like this in one piece, all not all broken. How about you, Snoopy? Are you all right? Still mint in package? Is your hole unpunched? Okay. All right. There's another machine gun here on the floor somewhere. There's other stuff. Oh, look at Spidey. Oh, shit. If his leg fell, I hope his leg's not broken. It's another machine gun. No, it's a mortar. Let's put the mortar up here. It's mint in box. Oh, shit. He's okay. He's durable. Let's put him on top of this dwarf. All right. Here's a couple things. A couple Hulk Hogan packages. Let's set them on top of this big Frank. I think everything will be okay. Don't you know that goodbye, it doesn't mean for ever. You know that goodbye doesn't mean we'll never be together again. All right. Okay, we made it back out. It was an earthquake that caused the Iron Man figure to fall down and knock over a Spider-Man, knock over a Hulk, knocked over. It caused a lot of problems in there, but no significant damage. The Rambo toy, everything's still mint in package. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's get the brush back out. And let's go over this whole foot. And we're going to give the treatment to the foot that I think might be applicable to the entire model. But right now, we're just going to do the foot. Man, how can I do this? I can't see for... Terrible angle. Okay. Are you enjoying this? So I'm just going to hit this color, this blue, every area that has like it's recessed in the entire mold. Okay. Any area that's a wrinkle or there's a recession or a raised area, all of it is getting the darkest color for now. Get back here. I should get some clip. Hang on. Don't you know that goodbye doesn't mean forever? Doesn't mean you'll never be together again. All right. Let's go with that. And some white is what's next. Actually, let's let that sit for a second. Not for too long. It won't take too long, but we're just going to let it sit for a little bit. And let's move on. And let's hit something else with the same treatment. Let's try one of these guns. Yeah, let's finish up one of these guns. Let's make space for everything. All right, this can come out. Look at this. Cool, huh? That can come out. We're going to make space inside of here. This lantern can stay in because we want to paint that lantern, I think. Something. That scabbard can stay in. What is this? That's the top of the chest. Can you see it okay? It's the top of the chest. Let's put it there. This is a tree that has little small parts of him. So let's leave that there. What is this? A sign? This is a sign that says Blackbeard. Let's put that over here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I feel so much better now. All right. So let's there. And let's focus on this gun for now while that boot dries a little bit. This is a trip. So right now, I'm painting through the camera. So sometimes, most of the time, I'm just realizing this because this is an unconscious act. So unpurposeful. Most of the time when I do this, I think all of the time when I do this, I'm not looking through the camera as I'm painting. I'm looking on the left side. I'm over here. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm over here. But right now, for some reason, when I think when I got up and I did that Spider-Man model, I completely messed up my tripod. So then when I came back and set the tripod back up, it doesn't have it's not the same setting. It's not at the typical height or something. And now I'm already into the zone, so I'm just going with it. But so it's weird. It's kind of like I feel like those dudes, those scientists, those scientist dudes, that have their hands are in those rubber things that go into that big glass chamber that connects to those mechanical arms that are lifting up the vial of the uranium and pouring it into the plutonium real slow inside of the big block of lead or something. You know what I'm talking about? So it kind of feels like that. I'm looking at my own hands, but they're like not, you know what I mean? But it could be the acid too. This is a flintlock pistol, I believe is what this is referred to as. Named after Larry Flint, the owner and publisher of Hustler magazine. A lot of people don't know that he was actually an innovative firearms manufacturer before he got into hardcore porn magazines. That was a good movie, that one with Woody Harrelson. What is it called? The United States versus Larry Flint or something like that. It was good. I liked it. That was like early Woody Harrelson. It was like before it was like maybe that was one of his breakout roles. I mean, he was already famous. I mean, he was Woody. Was that his name on Cheers? But I mean, that was a role that's like took him seriously. It's like, wow. I mean, he's really playing this porn guy really good. In a wheelchair and everything. And we got to get this all because we got to put the white over it. And this side doesn't even show probably. Oh, fuck it. We're doing it anyway. All right. Throw it in here. it the right side down? Yeah. All right, put that in there. It can go in here. I saw that scabbard. This needs to be painted. Let's paint this scabbard. What do you say? What do you say? Is this therapeutic for you to watch when you're watching this? Does it make you feel better about yourself knowing that you have a real life and you're not just some guy sitting in his living room by himself painting a child's toy, painting a children's model? He's at retirement age. Should be spending his time, I don't know, at the bar, casino more. It gets boring. It's expensive. Maybe, I don't know, volunteer, take part in a church group of some sort. I mean, anything really. Why not just get a job? A lot of people at retirement age, they just work, just to keep working because they don't want to be bored. They don't. All right, they just want that. Right. My neighbor, that passed away, he was still working all the way up until the end. Yeah, crazy. Huh? And he was older. I mean, he's an older guy. He was an older guy. Should have been well past retirement age. Great guy too. I miss him. New neighbor's okay, but I miss my old neighbor. He was a good guy. But yeah, so I'm just going to take advantage of this. I got all these models, man. I got to build them. I have to. If this is all I can do. This is the best I can do. This is it. You're seeing. This is another flintlock rifle. Not a rifle, it's a pistol. Excuse me. It's a flintlock pistol. It's another one. These shoot with black powder. You load black powder inside of these. Yeah. And down in here. And then you put a wad, and then you put a big ball of ammunition in there. That black powder, it's very explosive. Yeah. It's inside of here. This is like a metal tube, a steel tube. That's this is a crazy invention, man. It's wild. That Larry Flint. A lot of people just think that he was great at porn, but he was excellent at inventing firearms. Because the flintlock, man, this is an amazing weapon. It's kind of crazy. It's like it's like I don't know, it's like a zip gun or something. The technology of it is real simple. This is a high explosive at the end of a metal tube, and a little, but not a little. Sometimes it's a big. I'm left-hand painting now, ambidextrous style. That's the inside. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, this is something else. This flintlock. Look at my hand. This isn't good. But I don't like wearing those gloves because it gets all sweaty. Plus, I can't do it with my broken finger. This is casting tape. It won't bend. So I can't put anything on my hand. It gets sweaty and everything. What's this? What is that? It's the blade of a sword. Let's paint it blue. This guy's going to look like a Scooby-Doo ghost. That's what we're doing. We're going to make this pirate look like a Scooby-Doo ghost. Instead of painting, like the way he looks on the box, the way a normal person would paint it. Good old lazy Meyer Greenblatt, he's just going to paint the whole thing like a Scooby-Doo ghost. That's it, man. And he's going to make it into a video while he's doing it. To make you feel better about yourself because you have an actual life. You're like, man, I'm not as sad as this guy that sits here, paints this freaking gun, the third one. Is this the third gun he's painted? It is. Yeah, it's the third gun, honey. He's not going to do the Larry Flint joke again. The hustler joke? He's not going to. No, he's not. Okay. Just try not to get it on your hands anymore. All right, that's good enough for that one. It's already got complete coverage. It's okay. So I was thinking about the reason why the yellow is out is because there's a lantern involved in this whole situation. See this lantern? There's a lantern involved. So we can, and we have paints. So I don't know, I might tackle something as adventurous and courageous as trying to make portions of the model look like they're having light cast upon them. So that's why the yellow is there. I might add some highlights on top of this, the blue and the white with the yellow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might not be talented enough to do that. But we're going to go back to the boot now. The boot is dry. So now we can hit it with the white. But first, I'm going to go get some of this blue paint off my hand just to check to make sure it's dry. It's all good. It's all right. I'm going to freshen up my drink, actually. You want to go to the kitchen? Instead of staring at the model. I'm not going to change the height because we're just going to go like that. Look, there's our show. My neighbor gave me a bunch of yogurt the other day. That's what that big thing, that big cardboard thing, is all yogurt. It's all coconut yogurt. It's really good yogurt too. So I've been mixing it in with my vanilla. You guys know how I do my yogurt. So now my yogurt, my regular yogurt, is going to go even longer because now every time I make my yogurt in the morning, now I add this thing of cocoa june, and it's really good. Pure organic. I guess she got it from her work. And she said, "Here, you want some of this coconut yogurt?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Here, take it." Okay. Oh, we're not done with our drink. We're doing a brown cow. We're doing a brown cow, which is root beer and milk. Oh, I didn't take these today. Let's get them. Hold on. Zinc. I had a chicken salad for dinner. It was really good. But it was really just a salad. There was no chicken in it. It was really just a salad. It wasn't an actual chicken salad. I made that part up, the chicken part. Okay, zinc. Now we got to go with the calcium. Build strong bones. D3. That was my average. My grade point average. I was a D3. We only need one of these. Only one D3. And here's the big banger. Let's hit the creatine. Just one. Oh, okay. I can't take these all in one. Just two at a time. Or don't you know that goodbye doesn't mean forever? Goodbye doesn't mean we'll never be together again. Let's get this guy's ugly mug over here and look at it real quick. Blackbeard. This is his ghost. He's gonna look sick when we're done. Don't you know that goodbye doesn't mean. All right. No, that's not it. White. White. Ooh, it looks good. Okay. Let's see what we do with this. All right. Thought I heard somebody creeping up behind me. It's just, again, it's just the acid. This blotter sneaks up on you sometimes. We're just going like this. Look at this. Look at this, huh? Stay in one spot, Meyer. Fucking flipping this thing all around. Dummy. All right. Let's see. The top of the buckle. Where is it? Again, dude, this is like, I feel like I'm a nuclear scientist. I'm doing this through the device, the space age device, dude. You know, when I was a kid, I mean, most people did this, but making models, especially in the summertime, because it took time and you're home from school. You know what I mean? Kind of screwing the pooch, but it's what I do regularly. I'm pretty good at it, so it doesn't bother me when I do it. If you screw the pooch enough, you just become like more comfortable with your own shortcomings, you know, and you just get used to it. It all flows together much easier. Okay, that looks like poop. But let's just wait and see, because we might do it again another time and maybe it will look better. But that didn't turn out good. I should not look through the camera to paint this. That was a stupid idea. That's what I did. Let's bring this up a little bit. That was dumb. All right. Let's see what we do with one of the guns, okay? And let's not do what we did last time and look through the freaking thing. There's already a good amount of white on here. See, the problem with that is that now I can't really see what you see. I have to do it that way. I mean, this is pretty good, I think. What a boring model to paint, right? It's just, how does this go? Gotta go like that. painting with the I feel like I'm challenged painting through this. We're doing it. It's okay. All right, let's set this down. Let's look back at this again. Man, those crickets sound awesome. Oh fuck. That's one thing I really like about the summertime is the sound of of the crickets. Should have been doing this all along. See what I'm doing? I should have done this from the beginning. Man, this is much better. Ding dong. Sometimes you got to get in there and become a part of the model itself. When it's two colors, I don't know why I didn't think about this before. When it's two colors, man, this is what you do. Gosh, I feel better about it already. Let's get this thing over here before it dries anymore. You knucklehead. So this is the best way to make this all mixed together and to get the right tone. You burnish it with your is that what this is called? Burnishing? You burnish the model with your fingertips. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed to do this sort of thing at home. We didn't do anything to this yet. All right, I like that idea. Now I'm not too worried. Let's jump right in. All right. I'm going to take a break first. There's no viewers right now. If you're watching this on the repeat, we've been here for an hour, and we put together a Spider-Man model. Well, if you're watching on the repeat, you're watching the whole thing. I shouldn't be recapping. You know, I should recap the live viewers. Anyway, yeah, we did a Spider-Man thing. We hung it on the wall. Now we're doing this. It's been an hour. I'm taking a break right now. We're going to get back to this. And now that I decided how to do this, we're going to knock this out. I can get a lot done here in a second. I think. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to think about the camera. Move the camera a little bit in a second, too. It'll all work out. How's that? Does that look okay? Is that interesting enough for you to look? Let's get the roach clip out of here. I'll go ahead. Okay. There. There's nothing, no other contraband or paraphernalia viewable on the screen, right? There we go. It's Thursday night. Spent more money on Big Bad Toy Store again tonight because it's the month is halfway over, and sometimes I'm so, dude, here I go again. Just such a knucklehead. The month is halfway over, and I did real good this month. You know, I'm okay, and I have got a little bit extra, and I'm like, oh, I could have a little bit more extra next month if I didn't if I didn't open up my browser and I click on the browser and it's dude. So it doesn't always do this. It's like it knows. Maybe it knows to suggest the number one without even typing a letter into the search bar. It immediately goes to Big Bad Toy Store. It knows because I just checked my bank account or something, or maybe it can read my mind. It knows that I'm in the mood to buy toys or something. I don't know what, but it happened again today where I was just like, Man, I'm doing pretty good. I've got a little bit of extra money. The month's halfway over. If I keep going for, yeah, man, I'll just, nah, I think I'll go look and see if there's anything for sale on Big Bad Toy Store. And I freaking did that today. So I got another big box of figures coming in a week to 10 days. It's not a huge box, but it's more stuff. There's some cool stuff. I got one of those boss fight 1/12 scale dinosaur Saurozoic. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, it's like this humanoid dinosaur. It looks pretty cool. Those are on sale over there. So I got the one that looked the coolest, and it just happened to be the least expensive one. So I got that, and some other stuff that were in my cart. Some other stuff that were in my cart that were still in there. Some of the other stuff that was in my cart sold out. That really pissed me off. That some of the stuff that I wanted, it's gone now because I waited too long. It's just 2 weeks, man. I don't know, maybe a month. It's been longer. So about a month's time, some of the shit that I wanted, some other jamoke, some other jabroni, he bought it, not before me. Yeah, so now here we sit making a model. There's a lot of other models to make. I'm thinking about doing it. So I want to finish all these models and all the art projects that I have that are partially completed. There's not a ton, but there's enough that I can, I can fill the beginning of this with that. I can get work done. The idea is that I use the YouTube channel for self improvement of myself, right? The YouTube channel keeps me motivated in a way. Um, I don't know. I just enjoy it, and so it's something that if I use it positively, I can get things done, and I can use it to organize and to clean and to a bunch of different things. Yeah. Like I'm doing all this stuff anyway. A lot of the stuff that's in the videos, I'm already doing it anyway. I'm already cooking. I'm already like buying candy. I'm already smoking cigarettes. I'm already that doesn't show up in the videos, but that's what happens during the breaks. But I'm already doing other stuff. Like I'm already playing with toys. I need to make this model. I'm running out of time. So I'm running out of space and I'm running out of time. So I have to do everything. I've got to play with all the toys, make all the models, read all the books, and if I have this YouTube channel, that I can gives me an excuse because if I read a book or a comic book, I could make a review of it, and then I can mark it off of my list of shit that I need to make videos of. It's a mad, mad, mad cycle that I'm spun up in. Everything I touch, I have to make a video of it. We got to get on this plastic weld. Um, we're not going to do any gluing tonight, but in the future, we'll use this Plastruct, and I'll let you know how it works. We'll do a review of the Plastruct, but we're not going to do any gluing right now, or even any welding, because that's technically not even gluing. This is plastic welding. This is welding of the surfaces together. You're not using a glue. This is a solvent. That's what this is. This is an actual weld. This isn't glue. This is you're melting both pieces of plastic together. This is a plastic weld. This is how they make trash cans. On trash cans, that the weld that's at the bottom, you ever see that? You know what I'm talking about? You know? There's plastic welds inside of things. Anyway. Yeah, so we're just going to use our fingers now. Now that I realized it. And I think we're going to do his face. I feel pretty confident in how this foot turned out. I like this, especially that part in there. He just has to look like a Scooby-Doo ghost. I mean, does it look like a Scooby? I don't know. In my freaking warped eye, it's like, again, this blotter. It looks okay to me. The mushrooms make it look good. It looks like a ghost. I don't know. Maybe not, but maybe we'll have to do something else to it altogether. For a while, I thought the models would look good if they were all one color, and I actually made models like that. Sometimes for a while, I liked the idea of making models with no paint at all, just showing the unpainted model itself. I have a couple that I built like that that are still not painted. Um, but yeah, I thought of the idea of going monochromatic a long time ago, like 15 years ago or so. I painted models like this where I paint the whole entire thing is just purple or red or pink or blue, the entire model, just one color, and it looked good. I have a big, yeah, you'll see it all. It'll all, I'll show it all to you. It'll all be coming out in videos. I've got an entire closet of models, and there's more overflowing. And a lot of the models here, let's go. Well, I'm still smoking. Come on. I've shown this closet before, but we'll look right now. So let's turn this light off. Back in here, this is where the earthquake hit. Um, so there's more models than what's in this closet, but this goes all the way back. This and probably close to half of these models are built, but there's a lot that aren't built and aren't painted at all. And I want to get to, there's a Tarzan that I want to get finished. I want to finish this Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Um, there's other stuff that's in here. There's a couple things that's in here that are partially complete. That mummy, that strange changing mummy. So we got to hit this closet. That is what's up. Let's leave this light on. What else today? I did a custom headlight job on this Porsche. Turned out real good. I hit back over it one more time after the video. And this is just 2 coats, and I really like it. I don't get any blue on this. Fuck. I like it. There's just 2 coats of red on the tail lights, 2 coats of silver and white on the headlights, and these front brake lights or turn signals, riding lights, whatever. It looks so much better. I mean, this thing out of the box looked. It didn't have any paint on it. The headlights weren't painted. They were orange, no tail lights. Now it's suitable. We can put it in front of the 7-Eleven. See, I got the 7-Eleven, and that needs to be cleaned up and fixed up too. I don't want to fix it up too much because I like the 7-Eleven to look dingy and beat up like an old 7-Eleven. But we will look at it closely. And I've been looking at an old KFC model that looks, I think it's the same scale as that 7-Eleven, so it's suitable. It will work with Hot Wheels cars, and it's the old style Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant. It looks just like an old one from the 70s and 80s, and with the peaked roof that's painted like a circus tent, red and white. Has a KFC sign with Colonel Sanders on it. So I'm thinking about getting that. I have to build it. Like that 7-Eleven, I didn't build that 7-Eleven. I bought that 7-Eleven built completely and painted just like that. I'm going to show it closer in an upcoming video. And it's got working parts like the loading dock in the back of the 7-Eleven. The door opens up in the back. So you can back a truck up to it. So they've got a KFC that I'm looking at, and then there's a Winchell's. There's a Winchell's donut shop that I'm thinking about getting because it's got the big donut, that's similar to like the donut, the famous shop in LA that Simpsons is based on. But I want to turn it into Fresno donuts. So I want to, because we used to go to this place called Fresno Donuts. It was open 24 hours a day, and during the daytime it was a donut shop. So it was 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, probably even holidays, man. It was donuts and Chinese food. That's such a great combination to be able to go in at 4 o'clock in the morning and get donuts and Chinese food. So Fresno Donuts also was like It was just criminal activity from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So it was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna make a Fresno Donuts, corner of Blackstone and Herndon, I think, if it still exists. That's where it used to be, I think. There's a motel right behind it, conveniently located. Hourly rates. All right. So not much longer, man. It's an hour and 16 minutes. We're gonna throw some more paint on the ghost of Blackbeard. Try and make him look like I keep saying, like a Scooby Doo ghost of some sort. Let's put darker this blue that we're working with right now on his face inside of all the deep spots in his face. Here we go. And let's see, can we do it like this? This will start right here at the front. Well, it's almost the same blue, isn't it? It's kind of wild that it's almost the same color. At least to my eye. It might look different to you on the screen. I can't tell. It's very hard to do. Man, the sculpt on this is really nice. And that was always part of the reason why. I remember what I was saying, or if you're watching, the reason why I did that monochromatic stuff is a lot of times I was like, I didn't want to mess it up. I liked the sculpt of the model so much, the design, and so it's just like I just want to paint it white, paint it red, or paint it blue, or pink, or purple. I thought about that T2 model that we were just looking at in the closet that I want to paint and finish. When I first got that, I was thinking about painting that entire model pink. I was thinking about doing a white primer underneath it and painting it a bright neon pink. I just wanted to. But I didn't. But now I'm going to paint it the right way. But I did do a bust that will show eventually that's all red. It came out great. That is Lon Chaney Sr. as the Phantom of the Opera. And it's big. It's a 1-to-1 bust. It's the size of a human head. It's like it is it's Lon Chaney Sr.'s head. And his hand, too. I didn't paint his hand red, though. Which I regret now, because I know that it's still in there and it's just primered. And now I have no idea what color red I used on that bust. I just kind of did it as, I could paint the whole thing again, however I want. It doesn't matter. Huh. Damn. I liked it. All right, let's set him down. And let's knock this out. So, hold on a second before we keep going. How the hell does this go in here? Dude, I am such a primate. Look at this. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Boy, I like it. I do. I just kind of like it. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't. Well, what is this? There's some sort of putty on here. The hell? That must have been a big empty spot. Oh, thanks for the like. Somebody just clicked like. Um, that must be an. I don't even remember doing this, but I filled this in with putty. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know if it'll take this paint. Let's. Oh, look, there's some right there too. Oh, you know what? It looks kind of good. Once we cover this up with paint, that might look good. There must have been some big gaps on here for me to have done this. It was a long time ago, like maybe 10 years ago. Let's see if we can just cover this all up. Those are his ponytails. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Okay. God, that's awful. Don't let me do that again. Hey, man, that. Okay. Um, Painting through the viewfinder. Super sketch. Feels weird, but let's do it. The thing is the messiness is okay when you're doing a model like this. It's kind of fun. This is like therapeutic for me. There's very little to it, and I'm going to even put my fingers in this in a second. I'll show you. Not too much with this where this putty is. I don't know how hard that putty is. It felt a little soft when I was pushing on it. So let's see what happens if I come in here and go like this. Stay away from the putty and just kind of move around. We have that white underneath there. This is just, yeah. It really is funny, man. It's like shake. It's hard to control it a little bit through the. You know what I mean? It's a whole different experience painting through a viewfinder. I won't mention it again. All right, let's do what we did again. Let's go do that voodoo that you do so well. Yeah, that's it. That's the stuff right there. This putty, it's accepting the paint. I did a pretty shitty job on this putty, right? I could have easily just shaved all this down right now. I just realized that. I'm just thinking right now. I'm thinking, I just left that fucking excuse me. Anyway, I just left the putty on there, man, and I don't know why I didn't just smooth it down. Why did I throw paint over the top of it? I mean, that was stupid. I could have, but dude, it would have been a mess. I would have had to get like an emery board or some sandpaper. I know where there's emery boards, but I don't know where there's any sandpaper. And um, I could have used an X-Acto knife. Look. All right, come on, man. Hold on. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. This is out of control. This looks like poop. What is that there for? Why was that there? There's no gap there. Why was that putty there, you guys? Man, this is such an exciting stream, isn't it? I'm all exclaiming. There was an earthquake, and now we have some sort of bizarre putty, ghost putty. That was a good character. That guy David Putty that was on what show was that? Was that Seinfeld? That was Seinfeld. That guy was funny. He was like a voiceover actor. He was funny as I guess he was Elaine's boyfriend for a while. He was a mechanic. It was a funny bit. That show was what is up? Oh, look in there. Okay, there was a gap of some sort. The putty is doing something. Hmm. Hmm. All right, this is helping a little bit. I'm pushing down. Something's happening. My fingers are too big to fit in here. I'm in here. I think it's going to be, if I can get the baby turned around, I can get the cord from around its neck. I'm going to need you to hold your breath. Don't push. Whatever you do, don't push now. The cord is wrapped around the baby's neck. Whatever you do, don't push. Captain Blackbeard. Oh. Man, that material was gold, and I don't think there's any viewers. No live viewers. If you're one of the 10 people watching this on the replay, that was a funny bit that right now about the breech birth and the cord wrapped around the neck of the baby. Nobody here to watch it live. Damn it. I slave all day over this hot stove of comedy. Trying to be funny for you people, and I fail day after day. It's my song to sing. Okay. So, I don't know. More paint on. All right. I mean, what the fuck? Sorry for the cursing. Reverend Mother. How was I to know in a world it's constantly changing? All right. Okay. It's not so obvious that it's putty. We'll see how it looks. But it definitely needs to be there because on the inside of here, when I was doing that digital exam, inside of there is this same putty on the inside. And I was pushing it together with my finger when I was telling you to hold your breath and not to push. Yeah. And I successfully did remove the cord from around the baby's neck, but I couldn't remove the putty. And so it is definitely there. But I don't know what that putty on the bottom part is. It must have dried completely because it's still in there, but it wasn't. It is what it is. This looks kind of poopy. Come on, man. It's okay. It's the poop deck. Is that more putty? It is. Oh well, this could all be blue under here, couldn't it? If it wasn't for those meddling kids, this model would already be done. Oh, look at all that. What the hell is all that? This was a yellow model. Or it's kind of it's a light camel. What was I going to say? So if I do hit some yellow highlights on this in the end, if I do put any more color on this after the white, my nose is getting stopped up. And we might be ready to stop soon. That might be it for tonight. It'll be at the end. What I'm saying is if I add a different color to this other than this blue and the white, like some light, like yellow, or that would be the only thing I'd be adding. Would be yellow, because of that lamp. Part of that lamp is going to need to be painted yellow, I think. So to make it look like it's lit on the inside. So there might be a little bit of that on him, but that'll come at the end. Good, I'm doing this, dude. It's like I feel like I'm like, yeah, it feels weird. I'm doing this through the viewfinder. That's why it's all over the place, because I know I can, because it doesn't need to look that great. Because I'm going to touch all this with my fingers in a second. Like right now, before it dries much more. Well, we got that whole side done. So here's what we did. This looks pretty good over here. I didn't get in here yet. So we got this side of the model done just about. This half. See this? All right, let's get my fingers in here and push this around before it gets any more dry. And we're gonna burnish it. All right, that's what we're calling this, I guess. Is that what would you call this action of blending everything together with the acrylic paint pen before it dries? We don't want to mess too much with the putty. That spot right there, it's okay for now. But we kind of want this to look like, what I'm really going for is the ghosts from the Haunted Mansion. Is what I want. I want it to kind of look like the ghosts from the Haunted Mansion, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to look? I think so. I think so. Oh, thanks. I got another like. Yeah, so I can't not do this. So I want to be done with this half of the model tonight, this half of the body, and then maybe we'll do this other half tomorrow. We'll hit the rest of this thing tomorrow. You know, we'll get on it tomorrow. But I want to do some more here, real quick. I just want to add some more color back here. All right. So I'm not a huge fan of the putty, but I'm hoping that that's not going to show much in the model. It's on his back. Hoping it's not going to show. Look, that's where the gap starts. See that? But this is what I wanted to hit right here. This bugs me right here. This big open white spot doesn't look right. Okay, that's better. You know, let's just go like this. Okay. That's more better. All right. So yeah, I think I think that's going to be it for tonight. hour and 36 minutes. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot of work done, man. Finished that Spider-Man model. We'll put it back together. It was already finished, but it was in pieces. We put it back together, hung it up on the wall, so now we know it's functional. We'll put it in the spot where it belongs soon. This, I like it. I'm okay with it. So we did this part of the body for now. We'll do this other part tomorrow or the next day or soon. And then we really want this to look like a ghost from the Haunted Mansion is what we want. That's what we're looking for. And look how cool his head is. His face looks great. I mean, it looks spooky. It looks good. It looks good as a ghost, I think. Instead of imagine painting this all black, the beard would be black, and these little bows would be red, and his hat would be black, and it would look like the way that everybody else painted this model. So instead of painting it the way that everybody else paints this model, we're painting it and making him into Blackbeard's ghost. So I hope you enjoyed watching the first installment of making Blackbeard's ghost. And so I'll be back tomorrow or the next day with the next installment. Hope you have a fantastic day or evening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out. Thanks for watching.